Please come onto your back. Let's begin today with the feet together and the knees out to the side. And of course, if that is not possible for you, then modify and place your legs however you like. We'll have the arms out away from the body with the palms facing up. So the whole body is really open in this posture. Except for the eyes. The eyes can be closed if that works for you. If you're just joining us, we're all starting today with the feet together and the knees out to the sides. And just feel the openness of the body. Maybe it feels good, maybe it feels a little too vulnerable, maybe it's neutral, maybe you're just aware of physical sensations. Maybe you're having difficulty connecting with how your body feels. That's okay too. See if you can use the breath as a doorway in. Perhaps noticing how the breath feels in the belly and in the pelvic region. And deepening the breath so that it spreads wide across the belly and pelvis. And you might notice that the deepened breath affects the posture. Maybe not visually, not noticeably from the outside, but perhaps inside. You feel something. And then you can move the breath from the belly into the ribs. And complete the breath by breathing from the belly to the ribs to the chest. Staying with what you feel and how you feel. Our physical expression affects our emotional experience, and vice versa. Part of the benefits of opening the body, creating flexibility and space in the body, is that it does the same for our heart and mind. You can see if you can notice that connection. And then when you're ready, lift the knees. Walk the feet out a little wider than hip width apart and rest the knees together. And then take the feet even wider apart with the knees still bent, pretty much as wide as they'll go. And then take hold of your elbows, point them up toward the sky. And inhale here at the center. And when you exhale, drop the knees to the left, your elbows to the right, and the head to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, other way. Head turning the same direction as the knees, away from the elbows. Just continue like this at your own pace, moving with your breath. Just a very gentle twist, warming up the hips and the shoulders and the neck. And the next time the knees come to the left again, hold them there. And go ahead and bring your right arm up overhead. And then see if you'd like to place your left foot on top of your right knee, deepening that stretch. And we're going to flex the right foot in two directions. So the normal way that we flex is by pulling the toes in toward the shin. And then we're going to do a sideways flex by pulling the outer edge of the foot in toward the other foot. And you can just let the left arm rest in any way that it's comfortable. And as you inhale, you might reach a little longer out of the right fingertips. Fill the entire space of your body with your breath. So really pay attention and explore, keeping the inhale pouring in until there's no more room. Release the right arm back down. Release the left foot off the knee if you had it there. Place it all the way back out to the left. Lift the knees up and over to the other side. So the feet are really wide apart. That ensures that the left knee is straight down from the left hip, which is what we want to achieve. And then the left arm comes overhead. And if you'd like to place the right foot on top of the left knee, go ahead and do that. And then flex that left foot first in the long way, pulling the toes in, and then in the width, pulling the outer edge of the foot in. Reaching out long through the left fingers. Breathing in long to the whole body. And release the arm. Release the right foot if you have it on your knee. And then lift both knees up and hug them to the chest. Circle the feet around at the ankles. Circle the other way. And then release your hands. Lift your feet to the height of your knees and bring your knees directly over your hips so you're creating right angles. Press your navel down toward your spine, pressing your back into the floor. And then continue to try to keep the back flattened into the ground. And we're going to slowly lower the heels down, both at once, without bending the knees any more than they're already bent. So maintaining the right angle and then lifting the knees back up. You'll notice that as soon as you start to lower your legs, your back wants to arch off the ground. So you're working really hard, pressing your belly into your back and pressing the back into the ground so that it doesn't arch. And just coming back to that kind of right angle with the legs. And see if the breath can be of help to you here. 2 more. And then hug the knees back into the chest. Let those hip creases relax. Roll your head from side to side. Maintaining a nice, slow, deep breath. And then send the arms out to the side. You can bend your knees fully. You can bend them less. You can straighten the legs. The straighter, the harder. So we're going to just drop the knees over to one side without touching down, turning the head the opposite direction. And then inhaling center, exhaling over to the other side without touching down, head turning opposite direction. Just continuing at your own pace. And then bring the legs straight up in the air. You might want to place your hands under your lower back. That makes it easier, but it also feels better on the back. Or you can release your hands. We're going to very slowly lower the legs down, pointing and flexing the feet, lower with control, with breath. And then once the legs come down, send the arms up overhead. Stretch long out of the feet and hands. And then hug the knees in again, bringing the hands to the knees. We're going to rock lengthwise on our spine, rock all the way over the feet and come onto hands and knees. So I'm going to give us a challenging version of our next movement, and you're going to modify it however you wish if this is too challenging for you. So we're going to kind of do like a combination. Well, I'll just show it to you. So we're going to inhale and lift the left leg up and bring the right heel down. We're going to exhale and come into a plank with that left leg still in the air. And then we're going to drop the hips and lift the gaze. So if you want to modify it, you can just do a basic cat and cow, or you can do sunbird to be a little bit more similar to what we're doing. It's up to you, as long as you're moving the spine. So inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, one-legged plank. Inhale, kind of like a upward dog. Exhale, come back up, and then inhale there. And then change legs. Last one. And then if you're doing that version, bring your leg down, come onto your knees, sit on your feet. And then bend at your wrists bringing the back sides of the hands onto the ground, palms facing up, and then slide the hands forward as far as you can without the wrists coming off the ground. Good. Just let your head hang. Feel the breath coming across your upper back. Feel the sensations of the wrist stretching. Beautiful. And then lift yourself up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to the ground behind you. Fingers point toward the knees. You can be on fingertips or palms flat. And then we're going to press into the hands or fingers and lift the buttocks off the heels if you can. And then press the feet into the ground. Roll the shoulders back in toward each other. Drop the head back if that works for you. Otherwise, drop it forward. Really activate your posture by pressing down into the feet and bringing the hips forward. And then breathe wide across the ribs and chest. And release the hips down. And bring the arms forward. Extending out long. And press forward with the hands. Lengthen back through the hips. Keep your hands where they are. Lift your buttocks off your heels. Spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes under. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, lift the knees. Keep the knees bent. Push forward into the hands, sending your sit bones back. And try to relax your torso down over your thighs. Let your head drop down toward the floor. Press forward into the hands. Keep moving the ribs down toward the thighs. Press the left heel down toward the floor, keeping the right one lifted. Breathe. Pull that left hip back. And then bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, press the right heel down. Relax your torso down over your left thigh. And then straighten both legs. Push forward into the fingers. Feel the space between your vertebrae lengthening. Hips are sent back, thighs push back, heels down, roll the shoulders down your back. And then lift the left leg up, look forward, inhale. Exhale, step the foot up between the hands. Bring the back heel onto the ground. And then we'll windmill into a warrior two, leading with the right hand forward, up, Beautiful. So you want the left knee to be in line with your left middle toe. And you want to roll your belly to the right without changing the placement of that left leg. And then turn your gaze to the left, looking past your left fingers. Relax the shoulders down. See if you can relax your tailbone down, letting the whole body sink. That looks great. Just notice how this posture makes you feel. Do you feel like a warrior? And then we'll bring the right hand down onto the right leg. Inhale the left arm up. And exhale, lean it back. Where does the breath go? Is it still full? Then lift back up, take the arms back out to the side, straighten your front leg, take a breath in and spread wide from hand to hand. And then exhale, reach your left arm forward, reach, and then come down, lifting the right arm up. Keep your hips under you, so you don't want to have your buttock behind you and your torso in front of the leg. Everything lines up. Good. Now we're going to take that right arm, reach it overhead, stretching across the room. Reach out of the fingertips, palm faces down. Long, slow breath. And release the right hand down. Bring your hands to the ground, bending that front knee if you need to for the hands to come to the ground. And then just step the back foot in one step. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your front leg. And see if your right ribs and your left ribs are both in the same plane. So you don't want the right ones higher. You want to be completely parallel to the ground. And then send your hips back. You might even gently pull with your hands. And then send your heart forward using your breath. And then go ahead and release over your straight leg. Let your hands release down. Let your head release down. Breathing long and slow, scooping the lower belly in and up as you exhale. Relaxing the torso over the leg. Releasing the weight of the head. Then we'll come into revolved pyramid or revolved triangle. So we'll bring the right hand as close to the left foot as you can. Perhaps you can even cross it to the outside of the left foot if you're more flexible. Bring your left hand onto your left hip. And just like we did before, inhale and reach your chest forward and pull your left hip back. And then as you exhale, roll your navel up and to the left. Bring your right ribs under you. Take your gaze up. Float your left hand up. Beautiful. Release the hand down. Let the front knee bend. Plant your hands on the ground. And step back into downward facing dog. Moving both feet back. Roll the shoulders down. And then on your next inhale, lift your right leg up, look forward. Exhale, step the right foot up between the hands. Back heel comes onto the ground. Reach forward with your left arm and windmill yourself all the way up into warrior two. Arms out to the side. Check in with that right knee so that you can see your first two toes to the left of the knee. And then without changing the placement of that leg, roll your belly open to the left. And then gaze to the right, past your fingers. And sink down into it. Maybe bend the knee deeper, maybe drop the tailbone, relax the shoulders down. Slow, steady breath. And then the left hand comes to the left leg. The right palm turns up. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, lean back, sliding the left arm down. And then send the arms back out to the side. Straighten your front leg. Reach wide across your hands. Exhale, hips go back. Right arm goes forward. And then release the arm down. Send the left arm straight up to begin. Take your gaze up to your thumb. You can close your eyes, but just orient in that direction. And that'll help roll your ribs up and to the left. That looks gorgeous. Beautiful. And then go ahead and send that left arm overhead, reaching across the room, palm face down, fingertips extend. Keep your front leg straight. And then we'll bring the hands to the ground, letting that front knee bend. And then step the back foot in one step or so. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your front leg, and straighten your body out so that neither side is higher than the other. And then pull the hips back and inhale and send the heart forward. Exhale, lift the belly, release the body over your leg, let the arms release down, let the head relax down. Keep pulling the right hip back. Deep breath in, exhale, relax. Slow, long breath in, exhale, relax. Okay, now we'll take it into the twist. Bringing the left hand as close to the right foot as you can, or over to the outside if you can, and bring the right hand onto the hip. And then Stretch long through your spine, bringing the hip back and the chest forward. As you exhale, turn, dropping the left ribs down, rotating the right ribs and shoulder up, rotating your gaze up, floating the right arm up. So you don't want to be tweaking the shoulder. The arm lifts because it floats up, because the alignment of your chest is open and facing the right. That looks great. I know that it's a little bit harder for you, Teresa, because the balance is challenging when your hand doesn't make it to the ground. So do the best you can. It's good to have blocks or props handy for occasions like this. Okay, and we'll bring that right arm down, let the front knee bend, step the back foot forward, both knees bend, chin to chest, roll yourself up, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and then step the legs wide apart. You can straddle your mat if you want, or you can turn sideways to stay on your mat. Have the heels as wide as your baby toes so that the feet are parallel to the edges of your mat. Teresa, take your heels wider. Yeah, just your heels. Yeah, feet pointing straight ahead. So the outer edges of the feet seem parallel to each other. Good. And inhale, puff your chest up, reach your elbows toward each other. And then exhale, fold forward, lift the arms, drop the head, push down into the feet, pull up through the thighs, and then pull your hands apart and see if that can collapse your shoulders, your shoulder blades in toward each other a little more. Okay, release the arms down, walk your hands over to the right foot and fold over the right leg. If you like, you can reach out through that left arm and get a nice long diagonal stretch through the side of the body in addition to the stretch of that right leg. Where do you feel the breath? Are you taking a complete breath? Walk it over to the other side. Trying to relax yourself over your left leg. And if you want, you can extend out long through your right arm. You bring your hands center. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up with a flat back. And then bring the heels in, but keep the toes where they are. Bend deeply into the knees. Send the arms out to the side. Bend the elbows. Roll the shoulders down your back. And drop your tailbone. Good. Straighten the legs. Release the arms. Step the feet together. Feet will be hip width apart. Just lift the shoulders, roll them up, back and down. Just stand for a moment. Breathing, belly, ribs, chest. And then bend your knees. Keep your heels on the ground. And try to bend your knees as much as you possibly can without lifting your heels. And then tuck your tailbone under. Great. So we're just kind of practicing for how we want the alignment to be as we come into our eagle pose. So you can straighten your legs. We're going to inhale the arms out to the side. Exhale the right arm under the left, bringing the backs of the hands toward each other or wrapping the hands around each other. And let's take a few breaths here, inhaling the elbows up and exhaling the elbows down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. One more. Beautiful. Keep the breath in that same rhythm. You might have noticed that it's easy to really breathe long and slow and rhythmically when you're doing a movement like that. So see if you can keep it when you're not moving, or if you're moving non-rhythmically as we're about to do. So bend your knees and then shift weight into your left foot. And just feel where you are in space so that your weight is across the entire bottom of your foot evenly. You're going to look past your arms. Your gaze point usually needs to change a little bit because your body moves as we lift the other leg up and cross it over. But just to stabilize yourself, to lift your leg, find a gaze point, and then lift your right foot, cross your leg over your left leg, sitting down into your posture, hooking the foot behind if you can, finding a new gaze point if you need to, and then lifting the elbows again. And then just like we did earlier, drop the tailbone. Lengthen the spine. Breathe deep and slow. Keep releasing the hips down. Come out of the posture. Lift the shoulders, roll them up, back and down. Send the arms out as you inhale. And bring the left under the right as you exhale. Backs of the hands toward each other or palms wrap around each other. And again, we'll take 3 breaths, inhaling up, exhaling down. Notice where you feel this. So it might just be in your shoulders, it might not be in your shoulders. You might notice that the belly breathes a little bit more easily. Just see for yourself. And then after the third one, we'll just come to rest with the arms. Bend the knees. Shift weight into the right foot. Finding the right placement of your body so that you're balanced on the foot. Good. Look at a point in front of you. Steady your gaze. Steady your breath. Lift your left leg, cross it over. Find a new gaze point if your body has turned a little bit to the right. And then lift the elbows. Sink your hips down. Release your tailbone down. Feel your breath. Every exhale, try to lengthen down through your sit bones. Release your tailbone. Lengthen your back. And release. Shake it out. Beautiful. Come back to stillness. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Straight legs. You can bring your hands behind the backs of your legs. You can let them hang down. You can take hold of opposite elbows and let the weight of the elbows release toward the floor. You can tuck your palms under your feet. See what works for you. If your hands are not just hanging loosely, release your hands, bend your knees, and lower all the way down onto your buttocks and onto your back, keeping the knees bent. Come onto your back with your knees bent. And we'll bring the right ankle on top of the left knee. Clasp the hands behind the back of the left thigh, lifting the left foot. And then pull the chin in toward the throat. Flexing both feet. When you exhale, press the left foot toward the right foot. Release the hands, release the feet. And then place the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Clasp the hands behind the back of the right leg. Head is down. Pull the chin in toward the throat. Lift the right foot to the height of the left foot. Flex both feet. And when you exhale, press your right foot toward your left foot. And release the hands. Release the feet. Bring them to the floor. Lift the hips, tuck them under. Release down. Release the legs, shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes. We'll all let the arms rest out away from the body. If you can close your eyes comfortably, please do so. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, release the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, release the activity of the mind. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw. And then turn your attention to your breath. And release your breath. So you're not trying to breathe. Breath happens anyway. And see if you can just rest your attention in wherever you feel the breath. And can you continue to observe the breath without controlling it, without evaluating it, without judging? Just the sensation of body breathing. Letting go of everything else. Deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move the fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest, rocking side to side, feeling the ground massaging your back. Come center, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll over onto your side, resting your head on your underside arm, your body on the ground. And noticing how this position makes you feel. And slowly lift yourself up to sitting. Sinking down through the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, the hands together at the heart. Inhale, lift your heart to your hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.